I still remember the day we first met. The somber trees, towering over my yard, had laid to rest all of their dead leaves onto the rotted earth, and the icy winds maliciously whirled in the air, attacking anything that got in their way. My eyes emerged from underneath the cover of the wooden railing that secured the deck to my house. My eyelids shut, my eyebrows furrowed, and my cheeks started to convulse. The bitter air shook my body, stealing the breath from my lips and draining the energy from my core. I managed to maintain composure long enough to scan the unforgiving wasteland. My mind started to race. Every thought seemed to rattle through my head, and I started to question why I was outside to begin with. Then it all seemed to stop. At the bottom of the awkward hill that steadily sloped off the front left corner of my yard, I saw her. I didn't know what to think. I was only 7 years old at the time. She crossed through the narrow ebony bars that surrounded the desolate lawn, the same bars that had once been employed as a metallic cage to house a handsome yet stupid German shepherd. Nonetheless, she slipped in, and with room to spare. Her ribs cut through her flesh like knives. Her hair had thinned and faded to reveal the naked figure underneath. She was remiss of any sign of life as she teetered on the edge of non-existence. A sense of guilt consumed me. The stiff muscles in my face mustered sufficient energy to stretch, forcing my cracking lips to fold into a whistle. She looked and inched toward me as fast as her skeleton legs could carry her. My mom hurried over, wearing a concerned look on her face. She rummaged through the fridge to find anything that would be suitable for a cat to consume. She seized a container filled with some leftover Thanksgiving Day turkey, and the cat looked content. A few months had elapsed and her color returned. She was a calico. It was only fitting that we named her Callie. She was now our cat. Her back was a deep black, blacker than the slick ebony fencing that she had snuck through a year earlier. Her underbelly was a white ball of fluff that she straddled like a floating cloud anywhere she went. Her cheeks were marked with a swirling vortex of golden stripes that she wore like a mask, concealing her tiger ancestry. But maybe her most notable feature was, in fact, her asymmetrical figure. She was a strange sight to behold. There, on the front left region of her torso, existed nothing except overgrown fluff, shielding the scars of an unknown event. Nonetheless, her 3 legs strode on in flawless harmony, ignorant of the fact that they were missing a member. Callie fit in well with our family. She was friendly and she enjoyed the company of others. Naturally, it didn't take long for her to grow as a cherished addition to the family. We loved her very much and, although she could never say it, I assumed she loved us too. Then she left us, not by choice, but she left nonetheless. Cancer swept in like a thief in the night and she was gone as quick as she came. A mixture of anger and sadness overwhelmed me. I gave her so much, and all she left me with was heartache. It only took several weeks until the other cat arrived. Abandoned by her litter, she was lost, without a home, and somehow found us. It made me sick. Since when did our home turn into a homeless shelter for unwanted and unloved cats? I refused to name this cat. To give a name meant to get attached, and to get attached meant to fear inevitable loss. It annoyed me how my entire family was so willing to simply forget about Callie and stuff all their love and admiration into this newcomer. Images of Callie flooded my thoughts. Her wide-eyed face haunted me, swaddling me in a cocoon of memories from the night we met. She was lost and stumbled upon us, much like this new cat. Callie's majestic tiger cheeks had even carried over into this new cat, except now the lines radiated across her entire terrain, transforming her into a miniature tiger. This cat shared a nose with Callie. A soft, blush dot sat on the forefront of her face, narrowing at the lower half into the shape of a V, as though the cream color that filled it was dripping out. This new cat was every bit as friendly as Callie, and then some. Bolts of energy seemed to shoot from the ends of the sharp stripes that ran across this dusty ball of fluff. She dashed and darted throughout the house like a flash of lightning. The only item that truly distinguished her from Callie was that she came with all of her legs. Although she was only a baby, her tiny stature was not short of any amount of love or affection. She filled the house with a revived sense of joy that had dwindled since the loss of Callie. Nowadays, the other cat has adopted the name Nahla, referencing the queen lion from the Disney movie The Lion King. I grew happy again when I didn't think I could. Callie's death and Nahla's subsequent arrival showed me that living life consumed in sorrow is no life at all. It really hurts when we lose someone or something that we love so much, but we need to remember one thing: death is not the greatest loss. The greatest loss is what we choose to let die inside of us while we are alive. Life is greater when we love and cherish what we have rather than mourning what we've lost. Just look at Callie. She didn't let a missing leg ruin her happiness. I still think back to that day when I met Callie, which has since frozen solid into my memory. I still can't recall why I was outside on such a miserable day, but I'd like to think I was meant to find her, and I was meant to lose her, and eventually I was meant to find Nahla.